Hey, Identity team. I just want to make a very short video to show some of the stuff that Mark and I changed on the youth scene for the board. So let's take a quick look at this. As I load up the scene, take a look at the very first layer. We've made a quick adjustment to crowd mics. We're using only one for now. Saves room for other channels, and plus this is the crowd mic that's really in front of the audience the way Identity's stage layout is. Computer is still in stereo, but channels 5 and 6 are mono now, and they correspond to channels 5 and 6 on the stage box on stage. And it's the same with channels 13 and 14. Those are now inputs in mono that are available on the stage, and you can still link them to make them stereo if you would like. On the second page, we've added all of the Sunday morning drum mics. So you've got kick in for that high-end treble of the kick out for the normal full sound, snare top for the full sound of the snare, and snare bottom for the high-end rattle of the snares. Rack tom and floor tom are the same, overhead left and right are the same, and then we move the hi-hat mic over to the end, and all of these are assigned to the drum group. Microphones are the same as before, but with one small change here to the stage and MC mics. My understanding is for Sunday nights, stage refers to handheld 5, MC is handheld 6, and handheld 6 does not fit in our chargers, so that goes in the drawer in the back room and needs AA batteries every time you use it. But handhelds 1 through 5, as well as the preaching or body pack mic, those all plug into the charging port stations. And then lastly, over here, if I go to bus 11, which is in that bus 9 through 16 page, we've added this sub bass effect. In fact, actually, the volume of the sub bass effect, I should mention, is controlled on the main DCA page. We've added subs, number 5 there. It doesn't actually refer to subs, the speakers, but it just refers to a synthesizer that we've added that adds low-end information. All right. Now, the way you can control this is by going to buses 9 through 16, and you select the sub bass effect and hit sends on faders. And you can send specific items or instruments. In fact, I'm going to fix this right now. The MC mic is in that, and we don't want that. So you'll see we've got a little bit of the toms, kick, and then computers and bass. And a little bit of electric guitar, which is nice. Could add some low-end beef to the electric. The important thing to remember here is that this is a synthesizer. If I hit effects here, you can actually see it. Sub-octave synthesizer, and it is going to take any input you give it and create a second of a synth version, basically a double that is an octave lower. All right, you'll notice our dry tone is at 0. We don't want any of the actual original sound because you have that coming from every individual channel that you send here, but the wet affected version is an octave lower. I would strongly caution you to be careful with this effect. It's cool. It'll add some low-end, beef, so to speak, to some of the inputs. But you can very quickly end up with a muddy mix, which is why we were careful here. We've added, sorry if I hit the right button here. We've added only some of the toms. We haven't gone all out or crazy or anything. So just be cautious with it. Use a little bit at a time. Treat it like salt and pepper, but otherwise, that should be good. And all these changes have been saved to the Youth 2020 scene, 2022 scene, sorry. And one last thing, effects. This is a little bit more in-depth, but we've switched this to control the effect returns instead of the sends. The difference here is you can control the effects in the house now, separate from the in-ears. So, worship team members can select, for instance, their in-ear number 5 and mix the effects into their in-ears and hear them regardless of the level of effects in the house. So, hope that helps. Thanks.